Movie Mayhem here at Suspiria Works Cinema, where we watch all the movies. This is our next installment of our director series on Bruno Mattei. This is one of Mattei's only actual hardcore films. It's the Provincial Sex Lesson, or La Provincial et Liaison de Cecil. It says it was made in 1980. Judging, it looks like it was made during the time of his Mondo sex films, like around that area, maybe Nana Manza time period. And from Claudio Fragaso's interviews, the way he describes Mattei, it sounds like this was filmed in the way a lot of your hardcore adult stuff pre-2000, where you had more fancy pants directors or mainstream directors that might delve in it, like Jean Rollin and other guys like that. The director themselves wouldn't actually shoot the hardcore scenes. It would be a lot of times their DP would shoot it instead, where the director will just leave, or he. In the case of your 70s, early 80s stuff where it's shot on film, that would be shot on a separate day, either in a house or a sound stage, and the DP would come in, or a second crew entirely, and film just the sex scenes. And almost certain that's what happened in this movie. You can tell all the connecting stuff and all the story surrounding it, the lighting especially, and the way the cinematography is done is different. Now, any scene that went into a hardcore scene was in an isolated room, different lighting, and self-contained. There would be, you can tell by the camera movements that these were set up in different shots, as opposed to the establishing scenario points. So, yeah, you can ignore this cover too. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. It says Scopata Roma, and it says Marta Pearl. Now, Marta Pearl is a real porn star from, I don't know, a few years ago. But they're not in this movie. None of these people are. That isn't the name of this movie. The movie actually on here is Provincial Sex Lesson from Mattei under his pseudonym, Gilbert Rousseau. I have no idea why to use this cover. This is out of a company out of Italy, BL.com. They're not, I mean, again, same cover. They're just DVDRs, but this is a better print than the torrents I've seen of this movie. So, about the movie, is it any good? I mean, it's got, Dominique St. Clair is the star. She's a pretty lady. It starts with her on a train going to a city to meet someone. It's entirely in Italian, so I might have missed some nuances, but I'm kind of doubting I didn't. And, she goes to the wrong place, and you're looking for her hotel. For some reason she goes to an apartment. What? And, of course, some people have sex there. Who knows why? Then she finally gets to her hotel. There's a funny scene where a guy offers her money for sex, and she gets really offended and pissed off, and then he slaps him to the point where he then stalks her and follows her around, breaks into her room in the hotel, confronts her, then she takes the money and has sex with him. I don't really understand that. There's another scene where she's in a house and she encounters some guy who has all these video monitors, and it's like he's spying on people, kind of like the movie Sliver with Sharon Stone, very similar to that. And what they do is they use the monitors for cutaways to sex scenes. So he's watching these monitors, and then you cut to a scene with other people and they have a sex scene. There's really not a lot of depth to the film. As far as I can figure out, the story is really the main character trying to fall in love amidst all these adventures, and by the end of the movie, she does. Now, it's also set up really weird. It's very disjointed, and that's why I think it seems like they had Mattei's footage of a softcore type of Cinemax movie at one point, maybe, or not even that. It almost seems like there was a very loose script at best, and then they had all these sex scenes to insert. So now I had to write these down. There's a boy-girl scene, another boy-girl scene, a girl-girl scene, another boy-girl scene, another boy-girl scene, another boy-girl scene, a three-girl scene, then two guys show up after that's over, and you get a 5-person mini orgy. Then two more boy-girl scenes, followed by the final scene. So that's 11 sex scenes. Now, I mean, this won't come in the 70s, but that's quite a few sex scenes. Now, St. Clair is in, like, 4 of them, and oddly, the last 3 are all her, and 2 of them are with the same guy. Well, no, 3 of them. The last 3 are all with the same guy, but it's cut up from different locations. It seemed like they were kind of doing some weird editing at that point. You know, I'm reviewing this for completion's sake only. As a porn, it's okay. I mean, as a Mattei film, it's not really even exploity. It's just typical standard porn. There's really nothing entertaining about it. It really doesn't serve much of a purpose, even as a drinking movie. I would recommend checking it out only if you're really hardcore completist. It's kind of boring. You could torrent it under its Italian name. I wouldn't buy this. It is a better print than the torrent, but it's still not that great. There's no subtitles, and this box is completely ludicrous. I'll give the movie, even as a porn, only a 5 out of 10. And that's because it does have 11 scenes. So if you want to see Dominique St. Clair have sex, this has got a lot of that. And the video release, 3 out of 10. The picture quality's decent, but it is a DVD-R, and again, the box cover is completely wrong, and I don't understand that. Wrong people, wrong title, wrong everything is better than nothing, I guess, but not much. So, I mean, there you have it. That's Mattei's foray into the hardcore porn arena. Again, I don't recommend it. Check it out if you're really bored and hard up for some Mattei. Other than that, this is definitely one that can be skipped. So, there you have it. Be sure to like the video, share it, and give me any comments. And we'll see you next time. So, there you have it. That is the Provincial sex lesson. Be sure to like the video, share it, and give me any comments. Next up, we will have Bruno Mattei's Hell of the Living Dead. So, we'll see you next time here at Movie Mayhem.